Good morning, Praveen. Thank you for joining in today's interview. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm also doing great. Thank you for asking. So before we proceed, can you give a brief introduction about yourself?
Yes, myself, Praveen Gorakshanath Pisote. I have done graduation in electrical engineering from the SVIT Nashik College, and since last 3 years, I'm working as a senior engineer in Kotmak Electronics. Basically, I'm belonging from the Amarnagar district, and my hobbies are listening music and reading the poetries and as well as books.
That's great. Can you please talk about the last project that you have worked?
Actually, we are working on the energy management system. In that, we are collecting the data from the various buildings regarding the energy management. In that, we are looking, we are sorry, we are collecting the data from the buildings, and after that, doing the process manipulations as well as the sorting the data as per the requirement, and after that saw where is energy consumption is more and where we can reduce the energy consumption to save the cost of the client.
Okay. So what is the database that you are using?
Actually, normally we use the SQL database.
SQL Server, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So any major three challenges that you might have faced in your project when you started working on it, and how did you overcome those?
Not that much, but in the starting phase, I'm facing a little bit about the managing the data as well as the sorting, because there is a lot of data of different buildings. So in starting phase, it is little bit difficult to try to understand the requirement, and as per that, the design the data.
Okay. Can you little bit talk about the project management flow, how the work used to come to you, how it used to get distributed between the team members, and how the deployment process used to work?
Yeah. First of all, we got the requirement from the client in such a way that they try to reduce the cost of the every person or every department to reduce the energy cost. Try to efficient their energy. So as per that, if first we got that requirement, after that we try to establish the um, what you can say. First, we collect the data from their system. After that, we process on that data. What are the various time zones in their working place, and on that basis, we decide how we can reduce their cost in energy management.
Okay. So coming on to your SQL skills, how many years of experience do you have as a SQL developer?
I have a 2+ year experience in SQL.
Okay. And if I have to ask you to rate yourself out of five, how much will you rate?
I rate myself as a 3 or 3.1 out of 5.
Okay. So I'll ask you some basic questions on SQL at first before we deep dive into SQL and ask you various kinds of problem statements. I believe that SQL is installed in your laptop that you're using.
Yeah, yeah. SQL is
Okay,
installed.
fine. So can you tell me what do you mean by table and field in SQL?
Actually, table is a place where the various data is stored in the form of columns and rows, and fields means the you can say the columns in which the data is stored by in the form of entity.
Right. So as you mentioned that the data is stored in the forms of rows and columns. So if I have to delete a row or delete a record, can I get that done from a table?
Yeah, we can done by using the various commands.
Mhm.
We can delete it from delete statement with the with using select statement, or with the combination of select statement,
Okay.
and also with the other method, truncate method also, a truncate
Okay.
command.
Right. So what's the difference between delete and truncate?
Mainly delete is used for the deleting the particular record. In
Mhm.
that also we using a where clause, mean a specific record. And
Mhm.
in the truncate, we are deleting the whole record from the tables.
Okay. Any other major difference between the two? Can we retrieve the data back once we delete or truncate it?
No, it's not possible to retrieve in the truncate, but in the delete we can retrieve data from the, what you can say, rollback command.
Rollback command. Good. Okay. So what are constraints?
Sorry,
What are constraints?
constraints.
Mhm.
Constraints are basically the instructions with the help of that we can store as well as the arrange data in a particular way, so we can avoid the duplication as well as the redundancy of the data, and it's useful to retrieve data easily and faster way. So you are
Can
not
you give
audible,
some
sir.
examples of constraints?
Sorry.
Can you give some examples of constraints? What type of constraints we have in SQL?
Yeah, we have a not null constraints in that column. Data insertion is not allowable in the null data is not allowable. Not null. After that, check constraints. In that, we can define a column in the range, integer data in the range form. Means if we consider in column we want to insert data in the range of 20 to 25, then we can assign that column in the check constraint between that range. Check after that, identity constraint. Mainly identity constraint we apply on the primary key. So
Mhm.
when we are inserting the data in that identity column, then that increment is happen automatically. So we cannot we cannot explicitly insert in that identity column. After that, identity unique constraint is also there. So in if we apply the unique constraint on that column, then the data in that column is uniquely defined, and only one null is allowed, and data is not repeated in that column. This much the constraint we can use in SQL.
Good. Do you know what is denormalization?
Denormalization.
Yeah.
Yeah, denormalization is the process in where data redundancy as well as duplication is allowed to store data for the what you can say, for the sort purpose or for the manipulation purpose.
So what do you mean by sort purpose or manipulation purpose? Means why the redundant data is introduced into the table or how it is
Uh,
introduced?
what?
How the redundancy of data is introduced into the table? Do you know?
No, I don't know about that.
Okay. So what do you mean by redundancy?
Redundancy means the data is what you can say, duplicate.
Mhm.
In that way, we can see that.
So
Means
how will
if
you introduce
one file,
redundancy then? How will I introduce redundancy? That means
I
duplication of data. So we'll have to combine the data, right, from various
don't know.
tables into a single table. So redundancy can only be applied if we
Okay,
combine the data from various tables into a single table. That is how we introduce the redundant data into the table.
okay, okay.
Anyways, I think you can explore that later. So can you tell me what's the difference between a clustered index and non-clustered index?
Yeah, cluster index, in that the data is sorted in the form of alphabetically ascending or descending order. And in the non-cluster index, data is not sorted in the alphabetically ascending or descending order. And cluster index is normally applicable in the primary column, and non-cluster index is applicable for other than the primary column. Also, in just only one cluster index is we can assign in the table, and non we can assign more than one non-cluster index in the column, sorry, table.
Okay. Now talking about normalization, as you have already talked about denormalization, can you cite three advantages of using normalization?
Yeah, normalization, with the help of normalization we can improve the manipulation or the query process. Means query is fast in the normalization database.
Right.
Also the um, also it gives the, what you can say, the security, in sort
Mhm.
of security purpose. And also normalization has the ability to store data in the disk.
Right. Okay. So what is trigger?
Trigger trigger in actually I don't remember the exact the definition, but in
Mhm.
other way I can say that
Yeah, yeah, say it in your own
trigger
words. It's fine.
yeah, trigger is the, what you can say, trigger is the command where you can define the action of your defined code. Means triggers before trigger before sorry after and instead of triggers. These two type of triggers, DML triggers we use. After trigger, when we assign the after trigger, the trigger happens after the select, insert, or update statement. And if we assign the instead of trigger, the triggering action is happen before the select, update, and insert statement.
Right. So basically, trigger are a special type of stored procedures, right?
Okay, okay.
Okay. So suppose if I have to give you a problem statement to solve, can you write a query? Might be you can share your screen and then I can ask you few problem statements.
Okay, 1 minute.
Yeah, just open your SQL file.
Yeah. Yeah, now you can visible my screen.
Yeah, it's slowly coming. Yes, I can see your screen. So just show me any one of your tables. I want to see your table that you have so that
Okay,
I
1 minute.
can frame my questions accordingly.
Okay. Okay, this much tables I have. Okay.
Okay. Just show me some of the records of the table. Let's,
Okay,
for
1 minute.
example, let's see employee table. What data you have?
Okay, okay. Okay. Yeah, ID,
Okay.
F name, gender, salary,
ID,
city. These
gender,
are the columns.
salary, city, department. Okay, fine. I think that will work.
Okay.
So, right. So at first, write a query wherein I can only see the employees that begins with letter, suppose say S.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, execute it. Let's see the
Hello.
output.
Yeah. Result is actually displayed. Are you able to visual my screen?
Okay, now it has come. I think it is running a bit slow, but it's fine. Okay, I can see now. Good.
Okay.
Okay, now I want to write you a query wherein you will have to get the third highest salary of an employee from the employee table that you have.
Okay. Third highest.
Third highest salary, yeah. Why you are grouping it? You have to sort it, right?
No, sir. No, no. Forgot the sentence. Order by
So use your logic. Do not just mug up things. Try to use your logic and try to figure out. So my question is, select the top three salary, the third highest salary.
Okay. Okay.
I actually gave you the answer. Top, yeah.
No, no, no. Actually, okay.
Anyways, not a problem. I think we can move on to the next question
Yeah, yeah,
rather
yeah,
than wasting
yeah.
time. Okay, anyways. So I believe you are aware of nested conditions, right? Subquery.
No, 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 no.
You don't know subquery? Select under a select.
I just, what you can say. I don't write subquery, but I have a little much about what is about subquery.
Okay, let's see whether you can write it today or not. Okay, so show me the employee table once again. Do not delete the queries because it will help me to do a control Z once again.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, control Z,
yeah. Already done.
done. So show me the data
Already.
in the employee table. So let's start from employee. Show execute that query once. Okay, so show me all the male, all the male genders who's getting salary more than 3,000.
Okay.
No need to write the.
No, 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 no. For my clarification, more than
Okay,
3,000,
more
right?
than 3,000. Yes.
Okay, okay. Mm,
check the question. The question has got the answer as well. So you will have to select, no, do not delete that. Control Z, and then check the question. Why you're doing a group by on gender? See the question, you need to find out only the male and whose salary is greater than 3,000. So instead of group by, use and, right? Both the conditions will be satisfied using this logical operator. So remove group by is not required, but yeah. So you have selected gender. Instead of gender, you need to select the employee name or salary. Yeah. Right. So these are showing all the gender males greater than you. So it's already, the question had only the answer. You just need to listen to the question carefully.
Okay.
Anyways, not a problem. Show me once again all the records that are present in the table. Okay. Right. So if I have to, so if you see the department IDs, there are lots of duplicates, right?
Yeah.
If I have to remove the duplicate IDs, so if you have to duplicate the duplicate records that you have for the department IDs, if you have to eliminate that, how will you get that done? I only want to figure out the distinct IDs that are present. Actually,
That's I'm asking. You want to unique department ID.
I need only the records of the unique departments.
No, sir.
The select, see, if you're selecting, then your command is actually not fulfilling. When you're selecting, you need to select from somewhere, right? So if you have to write from the employee table, then only this command will work.
What?
You are writing a select statement, right?
Yeah.
So from where you are selecting, you will have to write that statement as well, right? Otherwise, from where it will select? Select distinct department ID from where? So from employee table, that you will have to write the name of the table. Then it will work, and you have to give a bracket as well in department ID.
That's I'm trying to do, but it's showing the error. That's I'm little bit confused.
It won't show the error. You will write from. The from was actually missing.
Okay.
Now, if you do it, now it will execute.
Yeah. It's
right?
showing the error now. That's why.
Yeah, it was showing error because the statement, there was an error in the statement. So now I'm making this question a little bit tricky. So I've got the department IDs. Now I want to figure out the distinct location from the department numbers which are duplicate. So you open the select star, open the records once again in the table.
Okay.
Right. So this is the final question for the day. Okay.
Okay.
So now,
Okay.
if you see that there are different kinds of cities, right, with
Yeah.
respect to the
Yeah.
department. Now I want you need to figure out the distinct cities. Okay. Display the cities in the department ID 1 and 2 and eliminate the duplicate cities if it comes. So see, one has London, one has New York, one has another New York. So the result should display like one will only show London and New York, and two will only show London and Sydney, which are already unique. So you need to basically display the
Distinct city with along with the department ID, right?
right, correct. For 1 and 2 only, okay, not for all the departments, for only 1 and 2 departments.
Okay. For only one and two.
Mhm.
Okay, here I have to mention again. Yeah, done.
Good. Okay, fine. So you can stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
Can you tell the difference between a where and a having clause?
Okay, where and having clause. Where is used with the combination of select, whereas having is used in the combination of uh, group by or order by. Also, in the where we cannot use the aggregate functions until and unless it is in subquery, and in having we can use uh, aggregate functions.
Okay, great. So suppose if you are selected in today's interview, okay, and you need to deliver a project where you will be an individual contributor. Will you be able to do that?
Yes, sir, definitely.
So do you consider yourself to be an individual contributor or a team player?
As per the requirement, I can do the individually, and if I require to contribute in the team, then that will also I can do.
Suppose you are working in a team, okay? In a
Okay.
team, when we work, there are a lot of people who give their own opinions and thought process.
Yeah.
Okay. Suppose there is a conflict of opinion that is happening between two of your team members, between you and someone else, okay,
Okay.
which is actually affecting the environment in the team. So how will you ensure that it gets sorted, or what will be your thought process of that?
First of all, on that conflicts, both of us we have to talk on that. So where is going wrong? What is the point? And if that point is regarding the thought process regarding the project, so we have to think on that, which is the correct one and which is efficient for the project.
Mhm.
And on that basis, we have to sort it that.
Okay. So can you highlight any one of your weakness?
Regarding the personal life, emotions is my weakness.
Mhm.
And regarding the professional life, there is not much weakness regarding my work.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years of time?
Next 5 years of the time, I want to be become a data scientist.
You want to be a data
In the,
scientist. Any major
yeah,
reason behind it?
because I want to work on the large data as well as to explore the more data.
Okay. Okay, fine. So any before do you have any questions before we end?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining in today's interview. Okay, we'll meet in the feedback session soon. Okay. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.